Morning everyone, it's Chris here, Figure4 Personal Training. We've got a couple of announcements, all sort of coincides with the podcast and everything. We've got the Performance Centre coming soon, Figure4 Performance Centre. Decided to sort of branch out from your traditional gym type arenas because a lot of the clients that I'm training and that, they actually want me to train them at my gym. Now I built a gym originally for Sam, my wife, and then I was going to use it, but I did use it for a while, but I struggled with the spaces. It's like an 8x8 sort of carport. It's not really a garage. It's functional and you can get what you need to do, but there's certain movements you can't, like overhead press, and obviously your legs you're restricted with the squats and that because I haven't got a squat rack in there. So I bought some like sandbags and stuff, so they're like weighted sandbags, 25Ks and stuff, which are fine. Obviously you've got to do more reps and stuff, but you get the idea. But yeah, we're getting that done on the 30th of September. Clients are just piling in now, which is fantastic. I didn't expect such a response. On Trafford Sound, which is amazing. It's been on that now a couple of times. Big Damo, top man, looked after me. Had a good laugh with a guy. We're rocking and rolling now when I'm on there, and I'm going to have us on as a regular spot, which is really good. The podcast now, I think this week we're on episode 8, so we'll just see what we're going to bring on. I think Sam's going to be on. Keep that going. Steve-O's doing great. New client Lois, she started last night, doing really well. Sam, obviously my wife, train her tonight on a Wednesday, so we'll be just changing a couple of things tonight because she's got sore knee, I think, from she's doing like a power sculpt video, like Kim Marsh thing on her own once a week, and it's, for some reason that's hurt more than doing the weights with myself, so I'm going to have a look at that tonight, see what I can adapt. Steve-O's here tonight as well, old famous Steve-O. He's on his second set of lessons now. He's cramming in as many as he can before he goes to Vegas. Guy's looking rocking. I'm hoping when he comes back, now I've got, because what's happened is last night I've pulled out the bag from eBay, which I tell any sort of personal trainer or anyone who wants to train at home. Sorry, I'm just looking out the van here because I'm just sat with my feet up. Yeah, anybody who's training at home to sort of go on eBay, because the thing is with that, it's like when I looked at taking golf up again. You get the clubs for next to nothing because obviously people cannot send them because of the weight. So if you're after anything, and genuinely, I've just got last night, and this is God's honest truth, I've got a squat rack which has 7-pin positions, so you can do squats, overhead press, bench press, decline, everything. I got a 7-foot Olympic bar, I got 2 20k, 2 15k, 4 10k, and 5 and 2 5k Olympic weights. And they're on their own. That alone's worth probably, I'd say, about 300 quid easy, because the squat rack that I've got's worth about 160 brand new, and then I've got the bench to go with it as well, which was worth 350, so I got that for 100 quid, so the whole thing's come to like 200, which is fantastic. So I've got everything I need now. The only thing I'm looking at from my own personal thing, and this is where I'll be giving up the gym, is the recumbent bike, because I use that every single day when I do training. 16 minutes, a minute fast, 30 seconds rest, or I do 2 minutes fast, 30 seconds rest, depending on how I'm feeling. And that's the only thing I'm going to miss, I think, now. I mean, I gave up the gym about 14 months ago, and I struggled. I trained at home, everything was fine, but the cardio wasn't getting in, and I put a bit of weight back on because I was doing running and stuff, but running just, I really get injured when I'm running. I have problems with my hamstring and my hip, which I genuinely, anyone who knows me, I'm not a fast runner at all by any means. I'm slow, but I've always done a lot of running over the years, so I was quite good at cross country when I was younger, so I used to do quite a lot of road running as part of my training, but I know that doesn't work. HIIT training is the way to go. So I want a recumbent bike. I'm going to get a spinning bike as well, because the space that we've having built is about 14 by 8, so I've got my gym anyway, the 8 by 8 one, so I've got that in there. I'm keeping that as well. That's going to store most of the weights, because you just never know in these days of feeding gets. It's all going to be alarmed and padlocked up, so that's, something, it's going to be totally right, but it'll just give me the confidence as the weather changes to train people. And that's the only place, I think now, hand on heart, unless someone specifically requests it, I won't be training anyone in a gym. Not because they're thinking, but I'm finding that a lot of people who come in to see me, they've got quite low self-esteem, and I'm not putting anyone under the bus here that I'm seeing. They're just not confident about stepping over that sort of doorstep at the gym, and then a lot of the blokes who I'm training, it's the stigma of picking weights up, because they're embarrassed to be like, 30, 35, 40, and they're literally lifting 10k weights. Well, it doesn't matter, you've got to start somewhere. And anyone, I've said this before in the podcast, but anyone who's got any sort of soul about them, they will help you and they'll train you, and that's exactly what you need. You need guidance, and this is what I'm offering. And I think in my own surroundings, obviously I'm going to be more comfortable. I know what equipment I've got, what I can do, and I'm getting all different stations down with training and that, so I've got the adaptation there that once I'm warmed up, if the weather is cold and you're going into the winter months, I might just do a quick 10-minute session outside, get people moving and that, but I've got everything that I need now and all the tools are there. So that we're going to be aiming at the Figure4 Performance Centre, not because of, you know, anything thingy and, you know, anything, how can I explain it, not because it's like some wonderful structure or it's some state-of-the-art thing. It's not. It's a custom built log cabin I'm having done, which is going to be, I'm going to kit it all out inside, the flooring, everything, get everything going, so when people come they're going to have confidence to think, you know what, this is where I want to train. I want to come and train with Chris and stuff. And obviously we've got the food side of it as well with me and Sam, so yeah, things are ticking along. I thought I'd do a video today just to, you know, show you who I am. I've put a couple of things up. One of them I looked terrible on from a few weeks ago. I'd only just got up, but there's going to be a few more of these videos quite regular, especially with the cooking of the food. I've got some proper equipment now to sort of film me cooking, so I'm just trying to get it across so it's fun and it's not bloody boring or anything. I know this probably sounds boring to a lot of people, but just to get you out who I am, Figure4 personal training, Instagram Figure4 Purse, on Twitter, everything's just Figure4 personal training. My website is www.figure4personaltraining.com and my email's figure4personaltraining@gmail.com. Also, if there's any collaborators out there who want to get in touch, I've got quite a good following around sort of the northwest Manchester area. We want to do some sort of podcasts together, or some, you know, videos and Skype calls and stuff, and just, you know, chew the fat really, just talk anything fitness, or anyone's got any issues, what, you know, have a chat with me about, just get in touch, because, you know, I'm here 24/7, and generally I'm 24/7. You know, I get up at ridiculous times to train every morning, like 4 o'clock. So literally you can get hold of me at any time. So yeah, thanks a lot guys, and if you can, give us a subscribe underneath there, yeah, just this button, like, and hopefully there's going to be some content you actually like. So yeah, take care. I'm Chris, Figure4 out.